A striker is standing behind every defender. His teammate takes a throw-in. The striker receives it, runs towards the goal, and scores. Offside, right? Now imagine a goalkeeper catches the ball and throws it towards an empty goal. It bounces once, crosses the line, and enters the net. Surely that must count. And finally, a penalty taker slips, accidentally touches the ball with both feet, and still scores. Goal, retake, or miss? Football looks simple. 1 ball, 2 goals, 22 players. But hidden inside its official rule book are situations so strange that they can confuse even experienced fans, commentators, and professional players. Today, you have 7 challenges. Before every answer, make your decision. Keep track of your score, because the final rule sounds completely impossible. Let us begin. Rule 7. The offside exception. An attacker is standing beyond the entire defense. There is nobody between him and the goalkeeper. His teammate takes a throw-in directly to him. He controls the ball, enters the penalty area, and scores. The defenders immediately raise their arms, but the assistant referee keeps the flag down. Should the goal stand? Lock in your answer. 3, 2, 1. Yes, the goal is legal. A player cannot commit an offside offense when receiving the ball directly from a throw-in, and that is not the only exception. A player also cannot be offside when receiving the ball directly from a goal kick or a corner kick. A goalkeeper could launch a goal kick over the entire defense to an attacker standing near the opposite goal. As long as the attacker receives it directly, there is no offside offense. But one word changes everything: directly. If a teammate touches the ball first and then plays it forward, the normal offside rule returns. So, directly from a throw-in, goal kick, or corner kick, the flag stays down. 1 point if you knew all 3 exceptions. Rule 6. The goalkeeper trap. A defender takes a throw-in and sends the ball towards his own goalkeeper. The goalkeeper controls it with his foot outside the penalty area. An attacker begins chasing him. The goalkeeper dribbles backwards into his penalty area and picks up the ball. Legal or illegal? He controlled it with his feet first. Surely he can now use his hands. Make your decision. 3, 2, 1. Illegal. The opposing team receives an indirect free kick. A goalkeeper cannot handle the ball after receiving it directly from a teammate's throw-in. Controlling it with the feet first does not erase where the ball came from. A similar restriction applies when a teammate deliberately kicks the ball to the goalkeeper. But players once tried to escape that restriction with a clever trick. A player could flick the ball into the air and then head or chest it back to the goalkeeper. Technically, the goalkeeper would be catching a header instead of a deliberate kick. Clever? Not anymore. The laws treat this as deliberate trickery. The player who initiates the trick is shown a yellow card, even if the goalkeeper never touches the ball with the hands. A genuine header back during normal play is legal. Creating an artificial header purely to bypass the rule is not. Sometimes football's rule book does not punish only what happened. It also considers why it happened. Rule 5. 8 seconds or a corner. A goalkeeper catches a weak shot. He falls onto the ground. He waits, stands up, walks forward, bounces the ball twice, and finally releases it. But when does the official count begin? When the goalkeeper stands up? When he begins walking? Or when he first controls the ball? Choose now. 3, 2, 1. The count begins when the referee decides that the goalkeeper has clear control of the ball with the hands or arms. The goalkeeper then has 8 seconds to release it. During the final 5 seconds, the referee visibly counts down with a raised hand. If the goalkeeper still controls the ball after 8 seconds, the opposing team receives a corner kick. Not an indirect free kick, a corner. Falling onto the ground does not pause the count. Bouncing the ball does not restart it. Throwing it briefly into the air and catching it again does not restart it either. Those actions are still considered control of the ball. Normally, the goalkeeper is not shown a yellow card for the first violation, but repeated violations can result in a caution. So, the next time a goalkeeper catches the ball and slowly collapses onto it, start counting. The referee may already be doing exactly that. Rule 4. The impossible goalkeeper goal. A goalkeeper catches the ball. He notices that the opposing goalkeeper has moved far away from goal. He launches a huge throw towards the empty net. The ball clears everyone, bounces once, and enters the opposing goal without touching another player. Goal or no goal? Make your call. 3, 2, 1. No goal. The opposing team receives a goal kick. The ball crossed the goal line. It passed between the posts. Nobody committed a foul. But the laws specifically state that a goalkeeper cannot score by throwing the ball directly into the opponent's goal. Even if the ball bounces before entering, the decision remains the same. A bounce on the ground is not a touch by another player. But if the throw touches any player before entering the net, it is no longer direct. The goal may then count. And here is the truly strange part. A goalkeeper cannot throw the ball directly into the opponent's goal. But if a goalkeeper throws the ball directly into their own goal, the goal is awarded to the opposing team. One direction produces a goal kick, the other produces a goal. Football's rulebook can be cruel like that. Rule 3. You can pass a penalty. A player places the ball on the penalty mark. The referee blows the whistle. Everyone expects a shot. But instead, the player gently taps the ball forward. A teammate runs into the penalty area and scores. Legal or illegal? It looks like the penalty taker refused to take the penalty. What is your answer? 3, 2, 1. Legal. A penalty awarded during normal play does not have to be a direct shot at goal. The ball only needs to be kicked forward and clearly move. Once that happens, the ball is in play. A teammate who is outside the penalty area, outside the penalty arc, behind the penalty mark, and at least the required distance away may then run forward and play it. The original kicker cannot touch the ball again until another player has touched it. In 2016, Lionel Messi used this exact idea against Celta Vigo. Instead of shooting, Messi pushed the ball forward. Luis Suarez ran in and scored. It looked like they had invented a new rule. They had simply understood the existing one better than almost everyone watching. But this move cannot be used during a penalty shootout. During a shootout, teammates cannot run into the penalty area and continue the move. So, during normal play, a penalty can become a pass. During a shootout, it cannot. Rule 2. The 2-foot penalty. A player runs towards the penalty spot. His standing foot slips. As he shoots, the ball accidentally touches his non-kicking foot immediately after leaving his kicking foot. The ball enters the goal. The referee notices both contacts. What happens? Does the goal count? Is the penalty missed? Or is the kick retaken? Make your decision. 3, 2, 1. The penalty is retaken. Under the current laws, if the double touch was accidental and the ball enters the goal directly from the penalty, the goal does not stand. But the kicker receives another attempt. If the accidental double touch happens during a normal match penalty and the ball does not enter the goal, the defending team receives an indirect free kick, unless the referee applies advantage. During a penalty shootout, the rule changes slightly. If the accidentally double-touched ball enters the goal, the kick is retaken. If it does not enter, the kick is recorded as missed. This situation became famous in March 2025. During Atletico Madrid's Champions League shootout against Real Madrid, Julian Alvarez slipped while taking his penalty. UEFA stated that Alvarez made minimal contact with the ball using his standing foot before striking it with the other foot. His successful kick was disallowed under the interpretation being applied at that time. After the controversy, UEFA said it would discuss clearly accidental cases with FIFA and IFAB. IFAB then clarified how accidental double touches must be treated. But do not confuse an accidental slip with a deliberate second touch. During normal play, a deliberate second touch before another player touches the ball results in an indirect free kick, or a direct free kick if the second touch is a handball offense. During a shootout, a deliberate second touch means the kick is recorded as missed. Accident can earn you another chance. Deliberate action will not. Rule 1. The own goal that does not count. A defender takes a free kick near his own penalty area. He passes the ball backwards towards his goalkeeper. The goalkeeper completely misses it. The ball rolls untouched into the defender's own goal. The opponents begin celebrating. The ball crossed the line. Nobody touched it after the free kick. Should the own goal count? This is your final answer. 3, 2, 1. No. The opposing team receives a corner kick. If a direct or indirect free kick travels directly into the kicker's own goal without touching another player, an own goal is not awarded. The same strange principle appears in several other restarts. Throw the ball directly into your own goal from a throw-in? Corner kick. Send a goal kick directly into your own goal? Corner kick. Curve a corner kick across the field and directly into your own net. Another corner kick. Kick the ball directly backwards into your own goal from kickoff. Still a corner. But one tiny touch changes everything. If the goalkeeper touches the ball before it enters the net, the ball is no longer traveling directly from the restart. The own goal can now count. That creates an unbelievable situation. A goalkeeper who completely misses the ball may accidentally save the team from conceding. A goalkeeper who barely touches it may turn the same mistake into a goal. Sometimes, missing the ball is better than saving it. So, what was your final score? 7 out of 7? Then you may understand football's rule book better than most fans. 4 to 6? You know the game well, but the laws still manage to surprise you. 3 or fewer? Do not worry. Most supporters can watch football for years without ever seeing some of these situations happen. Because football is not decided only by where the ball finishes. It can depend on who touched it, how they touched it, why they touched it, and what happened just 1 second earlier. That is why the exact same ball entering the net can produce a goal, a retaken penalty, an indirect free kick, a corner kick, or even a goal kick. Comment your score below and tell us which rule sounded the most fake.